Yeah, it's Elliott Wilson, man. Speedy Mormon right here.
Yes, sir.
And my guy from Queens, man. NORE.
Oh, Speedy from Queens, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
home team.
There's a connection. You don't know what's happening right here. We both from Left Rack.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, so we jumping your ass today.
Yeah,
Today.
Section 5 is outside today.
I didn't know Speedy
side.
from Left Rack.
Coming on one side today.
What side? Yeah. Wow.
Section 5 is about to be on you.
Yeah.
That's a scary building. I knew you play around over there, man.
Yes. What's going on, though? How is it your first Rolling Loud experience?
No, I didn't be here many times.
My first one.
No, it's
your
my
first
first one.
Rolling Loud.
That's crazy. Well, my first one as I came with Red and Meth one time, and I performed, and I didn't know. I think this was like they first started or something like that, and I didn't really know what it was because the stadiums. I'm thinking about Summer Jam. I'm thinking about Power 105. I'm thinking about the Summer Jams throughout the world. So I didn't know that it was be another festival that would be able to compete with that, and especially they compete with it all over the world. Yeah. So I'm kind of very impressed.
Yeah, it's interesting because you say it's your first Rolling Loud on this side of things.
Right.
It's also your first. My first Rolling Loud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the trenches trying to secure shit. His first Rolling Loud, he gets a nice air-conditioned unit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, they took care of me.
They open the door, you just see smoke come outside.
Yeah.
How'd you get that type of treatment?
Comfortable potting.
You you gotta have good people at the Duce. You know what I'm saying? And Rolling Loud, and our people at Ace of Spade, and we have a very great relationship, and I'm trying to do this at Made in America. Because I'm not a red carpet guy. I don't know if you noticed, my whole career, you could probably see me 3 times on the red carpet. I'm talking about I was platinum. I would avoid the red carpet. I just didn't like it. But then the other day I was at the BET and it was like, you do the red carpet. I was like, oh, this is kind of better. This is like putting the pressure on other people. So I'm enjoying this. Obviously, I'm not meant to be a journalist. This is something that I learned on the job. You know what I mean? I thank Elliott Wilson for being competitive. I see him and Rob Marksman the other day going back and forth on Twitter, and it's true to a degree.
Well,
it's very
let's
true.
talk about it. What did you see on Twitter, my brother?
No, I mean just the competitive spirit of Elliott Wilson saying, a lot of us don't know how to compete. A lot of us, when they compete, they kind of take it too serious or whatever. And I agreed with Elliott, but I also agree with Mark. It's just you know what? Sometimes you take it too far. Sometimes a person doesn't know that your competition is competition, and sometimes they think that you're hating. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because when you say I'm better than you, you're supposed to think you're better than me. You're supposed to think you're the GOAT. All of us is. Yeah. I don't know a rapper that says I'm ill, but I'm not iller than 14 people. No. You say I'm ill, but it's probably one person you think that's iller than you, and that's it. So I respect the competitive spirit, but I also respect that we gotta, respect each other's boundaries. And you know what? Everyone knows Elliott is the GOAT, but there's room, Jordan is the GOAT, but there's room for LeBron, there's room for the Dwayne Wades, there's room for Kobe, there's room for everyone else, and we gotta respect it. Kobe still went at Jordan. Iverson still went at Jordan, but we all respected Jordan, and there was room for everyone. And I think that's what it is in this podcast game. There's actually room for all of us to eat, and it's cool. It's cool with competing. And with that being said, I like to say rest in peace. Gilly, son who passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I feel like the whole podcast game, I feel like the whole hip hop game stopped for this very moment and was paying attention to that, because that was a very tragedy event. So love to him and his family, and my condolences.
On a positive note, Elliott, I want to come to you. What do you make of
Jesus moment?
No, just what do you make of Nore's interpretation of everything?
I'm proud of Nore, man. Nore, I would say, Nore had is I feel like a lot of the guys that they thought would kind of the knuckleheads or the live wire cats.
Right.
They all ended up being my competitors now, a Button, a Nore, a
Fat
Gilly, Fat Joe. I come from the era where they were just outside. You know what I mean? So to see his growth, me and Nore have this loving but competitive relationship from jump.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate it for what it is, honestly.
Yep. Absolutely. I co-sign that.
And when
I love you, Nore.
Yeah, I love you too, my brother.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm so happy
We
to
got
be
mushy. We got mushy.
this,
Yes, we got mushy.
Damn.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I was just going to say, just asking both of you guys the same question. When you look at the amazing bookings that he gets on his show, and you look at the amazing bookings that he gets on his show.
I'll be tight, man.
Do you?
That Ye shit.
Which one got you?
Shit.
Which
Pharrell shit.
Which Drink Champs
I just
booking
said
got you the most?
Ye, Pharrell, Cam.
Okay. Were there any rapper?
Also, I was on hiatus, so Nori was out here just running the table on fools, man. That's why I was mad.
I believe Kendrick, right? You guys had Kendrick, right?
No,
it's not Kendrick. Mm-hmm. So who the hell had Kendrick? Zane Lowe.
Don't start with Zane Lowe, Nori.
Call Cherif.
Don't start it. Don't start it. I like Zane.
Yeah, I hated on Zane Lowe. Nah, I mean it's true. It's true because sometimes I feel like our coaches should come to our culture first. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got mad at Diddy one time. I said it with Drake. He got mad at me. Drake's mad at me. Oh yeah.
Drake,
the boy's mad at me.
I don't want no beef with none of y'all light skinned people. Yeah.
What? Well, why is he upset with you? What happened?
Because I made fun of the TikTok girls interview thing, and like Nori said, like the whole thing is like you get defensive. You're like, yo, it's like you're not gonna sit with the culture. It's just like sometimes I feel like I have to say something, but again, I was wrong in the sense of like we have a good relationship, so I should have at least spoke to him before I kind of went. Like I would have gave him the same grace I would give Hov. So I was wrong for that, and I apologize to him. But I do stand on the fact that like Nori's always said, it's like we have to fight for that. We don't feel like we're hip hop and like then they get big and they don't want to come back to us and sit with us. There's accountability there.
Yeah. And you had a rough week because I heard Puff was mad at you too.
What happened with Puff?
Because you talked about Michael Rubin running the white parties now. Puff didn't like that, I heard.
Puff called me. Puff called me. Puff called me.
What does a Puff phone call like that sound like? Is it just yelling?
No, listen, Puff phone calls are usually good, but when he's mad, let me tell you about Puff before you say something. Yeah. Puff will see you anywhere and threaten you with a smile. Like, I'm going to get you. You like, yo, exactly. What? With a smile. Like, you like, how do you do that? I don't even know how to do that.
Say last name,
but tell us what happened with Puff Call. Let's
now he starts, the Instagram shit. Like nobody gets the video call. He just starts hitting this shit. Like pick up, nigga.
Wow. Video calling you on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But he had my number. I'm like, what's your number? Like, call me, blah blah. So we worked it out, man.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Beautiful hip hop, man. Hip hop.
Am I stirring it up too much? Nori, I gotta chill.
What you said?
The whole social media shit. Should I slow down? Am I stirring it up too much?
Yes. You know why? Because you are coming in from an honest point of view and an OG point of view. But I feel like once if you tell me, yo, what I think you're doing is wrong in private, I'm actually gonna listen to you more. But if you tell me if I think you're doing is wrong in front of 17,000 people, those 17,000 people now have an opinion on this situation too, and they can chime in, and even though they're not qualified to even have this conversation, but they're not chiming in, and it's now looking like, oh shit, he sent his warriors or his YNs or his towards them, because you just never know. Like I remember telling DJ Envy every time he says something about me playing around, like when we playing around, it's not him I gotta deal with. It's 57 Breakfast Club people that be like, man, Envy said you stole his sneakers. Like what? Like Emmy's playing around, but these people don't get it because I'm on the phone. I'm texting him at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, your dirty sneakers, and he'll say like he'll switch the story and be like, just so y'all know, Nori took my sneakers. Like playing around, but there'll be 52 stations and 52 states that wake up in the morning and be like, yo, you still Envy sneakers? And it's like, wow. Now, imagine I could take that, but imagine if I couldn't. Like, imagine if I couldn't. I got to defend myself in front of all of these people, and I might defend myself, and I might say something that's wrong. You know what I mean? And but I'll tell you one time that what did make me a better journalist, and I tell this all the time. It was that time me and you guys were going at Twitter back to back, just playing around, just being competitive. And one thing B-Dot said to me, he said to me, the difference between us is we're real fans. And it hit me. And I was like, wow, he's kind of right. How can I be a fan of somebody I was competing with this whole time? So I had to stop being NORE, and I had to go back to being Poppy from Left Rack City, and I had to listen to Illmatic again. I had to listen to Ready to Die again. I had to listen to Reasonable Doubt again, because I didn't want to listen to it as people that I might be in the studio with. I wanted to listen to it as a person that I might interview. So I'm ill. Did I answer that ill? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I felt good about that one. I felt good about that one. I felt good about that one. You know what I mean?
Man, I remember he went and beat out and Nori's like on beat out's head, and I was like, yo, he bringing Poppy out. Like you don't understand.
No, I wasn't. He was bringing the best out of me as a journalist, because the thing is, like when you say something like that, I'm a real fan. I had to say, damn, am I a fake fan? And and at the end of the day, it's not I was a fake fan. It's just I wasn't a full-fledged fan. I wasn't a full-time fan. There's no way I could have been a fan of DMX when I wanted that #1 spot at the same time.
Hello.
I wanted that #1 spot at the same time. So when he dropped, his, you know what I mean, and then I dropped mine and I went #1. That was on purpose. That wasn't because he was my friend. That was because I wanted that #1 spot. So then, now it comes time to interview DMX. How can I know all these things about him? I had to compete with him. So I went back and I reiterated my whole kind of career, and I was just like, I'm gonna come at it from a fan's point of view.
Nori, what still motivates you with the interviews, man? How do you still get up for them? Like, what's the motivation there?
I love competing. I love winning.
Please.
I love being different, and it's just like, not to toot myself on the back. It's just like, but I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
And
it's just like I seen Tony Yayo on every other platform, and I watched it, and I loved it. But I was like, no one's gonna do it like me. Us, excuse me. No one's gonna do it like us.
Shout out EFN.
Shout out EFN. So, and I looked, and I was just like, and all love when I say this, but now getting a Drink Champs interview is like having a source cover.
Woo!
Like, it truly is. Like, that person is that man for that week. I don't give a fuck what you want to tell me. I got the numbers and the algorithms to prove it.
You popping that shit.
I'm actually not popping nothing. I'm actually not popping nothing. I'm actually telling you the truth. Like, when a person got a source cover, if they album went gold. When a person got 4 mics from Elliott, the album went gold. Right now, if you see certain people that come on Drink Champs, certain people have things going on and certain people have nothing going on. Yeah. Their life is not the same after they leave. And predominantly, mostly the old school artists. And that's what I take pride in.
What do you think the key was like? Why you knew with Yayo, you do Yayo, it's going to be different? Why did you know that?
Because I think it's the time of the loyal person. I think it's the time of the Jim Joneses. I think it's the time of the Tony Yayos. I think it's the time of the Memphis Bleaks. I think it's the time of the gunplays. I think it's the time that the #2 guy or the loyal guy that's been around, and I think it's their time. I think that the Heightens, the Hoves is going to always be Hove. I think Jungles is going to, come out and emerge. These people that was these businessmen, or not even the businessmen, just these loyal people, I think that they've been down. So it's like when you look at Emery doing these interviews now, it's like his interviews is just as ill as Hove. It's because it's pretty much the same thing. And I looked at, like I said, Tony Yayo and I was like, I bet you this is gonna cause the same disruption that a 50 Cent interview is gonna cause. And we had kind of no Murder Inc. slander, no Ja Rule slander. I'm not saying that it was there. I'm not saying it wasn't there, but I'm saying we took it out. We was fair. We was fair because we from Queens, and I didn't want to keep it going. But that's what I'm saying. That's what the best part of what I do now is. I love the new artists and the illustrious artists, but when I can give something more to them, that's what means more to me.
Word. Man.
I killed that again.
Yeah.
Nori,
yeah,
your body, man.
I'll be saving this for Drink Champs, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You lucky from left rack, that's it. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm fucking with you.
No, I think for the culture, man, for the hip hop fans out there watching this right now, and they're watching the three of us together.
Right,
I mean, not that I'm even putting myself in the same conversation.
Nah,
as
you
y'all,
there.
But I'm honored to be sitting
You interviewed
alongside.
Obama. I was hating on you. I was like, yo, wait a minute. They ain't even. Obama's on a whole press one.
I'm gonna tell you Speedy's move though. You ever see Speedy do an interview?
Yeah.
He be doing his fingers like he does like a finger move.
Oh, word.
He does he does a finger move. I'm like, oh, this nigga's like flossing with that finger move.
It's Obama and the Ray J glasses.
Yeah, that was.
I was like,
classic,
the Ray J glasses. I was like, don't break them. Don't break them.
I had to do it, man.
And then you broke them.
I had to do
I
it.
called Ray J. He was like, we planned that, Nori. I said, yeah, right.
I was about to say, let me go on the record right now and tell you that was absolutely not planned.
Yes,
He was fronting. It was not planned at all.
Yeah.
But again, I'm so honored to be sitting here alongside two hip hop legends.
Yes.
Rap Radar.
Yes.
My show is 360 with Speedy. Your show is Drink Champs.
Yes.
And if an artist comes on any one of these platforms, or even this one right here on Amazon Music, it means something. So,
Queens get the money.
Queens does definitely get the money, as you can tell by his wrist.
No,
the Queens.
This is lightweight.
The Queens is definitely getting the money.
Lightweight, yes.
Indeed. All right, but for NORE,
I love him one more time.
Yes.
I love you, Nori.
You too,
I love you, Nori.
And you made me better, brother. Just in case you know, you and B-Dot made me better.
Amen.
That made me want to compete with people I knew I couldn't compete with. And that's like, so I didn't want to compete with y'all at all. I said, you know what? You can't out journalist a journalist, or they can't out entertain an entertainer.
Amen.
So, wow, no, you on fire today, baby.
So let's stay separate. I'm gonna stay in my shooting guard, and y'all stay in power forward, and we gonna get.
And everybody wins.
Yeah, everybody wins.
Word. For Elliott Wilson, I'm Speedy.
Thank you, man.
Nori, we out here.
Yes, love. Now pop this ace with me, y'all.
Go ahead.
Come on. Now pop this ace with me.